What's up guys, it's Team Up the Gamer. I'm here making another video. So today's YouTube video is Paul George's first game on the Oklahoma City Thunder. See, look at the bottom of the screen. Small forward, Paul George replacing Kevin Durant, or Snake. Let's get started. Yeah, nobody, okay.
The 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by Shaq and the Jet. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, this is a game that may be determined early, and they have made it clear that their focus is to limit mistakes and deliver the defensive and offensive performance they're capable of. Well, we've got Andre Iguodala out there tonight, who always seems to be having fun out there. He might not fill up the box score like he used to, but got...
Skydance Bridge spanning Interstate 40, one of the many sights to see here in Oklahoma City. Welcome to a jam-packed arena here in Oklahoma City. We'll see the Golden State Warriors facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. Hi everyone, this is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. Our sideline reporter David Aldridge.
Paul George. Paul George is gonna be a starter.
Both these teams very efficient offensively.
Well, yeah, it should be a crowd pleaser. A game like this, stringing together a few stops to make
Let me get Bull first. Give it to Paul George. Give it to Paul George. Paul George. Paul George makes his first shot as a Thunder, and it's a 3. Paul George. Oh, Curry on the put one up. Get the ball, George. Get the ball, George. Westbrook to George. George, okay, George out. Westbrook. Oh! Yo, I cannot wait till. Oh my goodness, bro. This season's gonna be legit. Paul George on the OKC Thunder, bro. This is gonna be legit. Paul George.
George against Durant.
George, the Adams. Paul George with the D on KD. Good defense by Paul George, though. Gotta give it to him. This is gonna be an awesome season. Paul George already getting started with the OKC Thunder. Gibson gonna pass it to George outside. Oh, but George back out for oh man. Again, the ball movement. Robertson. George again. Oh, what a run. Paul George gold real quick. That's just going to be a little bit of time only. Limited time only coldness. And Robertson going to get an easy shot. This OKC Thunder team is going to be a contender. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Warriors and make it to the finals, but this OKC team is going to be a contender with Paul George. Let's talk about the 2017 offseason. Chris Paul on the Rockets. It's just crazy, bro. Give it up, Paul George. Paul George. Yay! Westbrook with the assist to Paul George. Paul George. 6 points for Paul George. Oh, Westbrook with the steal. Westbrook want to give it to Paul George. Where Paul George at? Paul George on KD. Paul George. Paul George to the Westbrook. Yay! Expect to see that many times this season. Expect to see Paul George to Westbrook. Expect to see Westbrook to Paul George. Oh my goodness, guys. This is crazy. Look at Westbrook. Westbrook gonna give it up. Paul George. George. Oh, George scoffed the ball up. But Westbrook got Paul George. Westbrook got Paul George. Look at Paul George. 8 points. Plus minus at 12. 3 and 6 on field goals. Oh my goodness, Paul George. I can't wait till the NBA regular season. So you see, Paul George is subbed out, but Russell Westbrook is still in the game. They're going to be doing that. So when Westbrook gets subbed out, Paul George is going to be in the game. And then the start of the second half, they're both going to be in. It's going to be a deadly lineup. Oh my goodness, the Thunder can actually be contenders. Look at this. The Thunder could actually be contenders because of Paul George. Look at this. So you see right now, for example, Paul George is out, but Westbrook is in. Then when Westbrook subs out, Paul George is going to be in. Then they're going to start the second half, and they're both going to be in. The process is going to start again. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait till this season. This season is going to be legit with all the trades. This may be the best NBA offseason yet. Paul George to Thunder. Chris Paul to Rockets. What other trades? Jimmy Butler to Minnesota Timberwolves. This is crazy. Look at that. Yo, this is crazy. And then I'm going to be making a video with Chris Paul on the Rockets. And then I'm going to make a video with Jimmy so the Timberwolves. My goodness. Like, the Thunder are killing the Warriors because Paul George came out here and hit the first shot for the Thunder. Look at that. Oh, see that in the first quarter. Now Westbrook probably gonna be subbed out. Paul George's gonna be in. This is crazy, bro. The Thunder are not a team to mess with anymore. Nobody want to see Steph Curry. We want to see Paul George interview. We want to see a Paul George interview on the OKC Thunder. With Paul George. See, listen, little guys. Now Paul George and Westbrook are in. Now Paul George is gonna take the ball up court. Look at that tandem. Look at this. Look at this. Expect to see that many times this season. Expect to see Paul George to Russell Westbrook many times this season, bro. The Thunder are not a team to mess with anymore because they got Paul George. This is crazy. You know Paul George. Okay, now Westbrook to George. Oh! Almost got it and one. That was almost an assist for Paul George. Paul George, my man. Paul George. Oh my goodness. The Thunder are not a team to mess with anymore. And the Warriors will finally get some more points, but my goodness, has Paul George made a difference? Oh, Westbrook to George. Hey, George, back out to Westbrook. Expect to see that many more times, but Westbrook might actually make it. Like these OKC Thunder. My goodness, Paul George. Oh, Westbrook to George. George! Oh, he got knocked down. That should have been a foul. Look at Westbrook. Whoa, Westbrook didn't even touch the ball. Miscommunication. Don't expect to see that too many times this season. The Warriors went on a 10-2 run. All right, I guess they're going to give it to Paul George. Paul George gonna get fouled. See, they can use Paul George at the free throw line. Paul George. Paul George this, Paul George that, Paul George. Yeah, they're gonna force the Golden State to call a timeout. Now, what's gonna happen? I think maybe the Thunder are gonna sub Westbrook out and George is going to stay in the game. Let's see. Oh, Westbrook's still in. So they got Westbrook and Paul George still in. Okay, maybe they might get subs out now since they're at the free throw line. No subs. Okay, no subs. All right, Paul George and Westbrook still in the game. They give it up. Paul George, Paul George, Paul George, Paul George. Westbrook. Oh, Westbrook tried to find Paul George out. KD. Paul George gonna take it out court. Paul George. Hey, McDermott. Oh, look at Paul George getting McDermott to the free throw line again for don't mean everything. Free throw release. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. This Paul George trade may help the Thunder. I think this Paul George trade was a steal for the Thunder. Because years ago, they traded, well, not really many that years ago, but 2 years ago, I think, they traded Serge Ibaka for Victor Oladipo. Oh, wait, no. They traded Serge Ibaka for that, so, no. Alright, they traded Serge Ibaka for that dude that they traded away. And then of 2018 first round pick and Victor Oladipo. And now they turned that, everything that the Orlando Magic gave them, and they turned it into Paul George. Like, it's crazy. Well, let's see what Westbrook's going to do. Westbrook, George. George going to call for the ball. Paul George. Oh, Paul George. Oh, rebound. Look, Westbrook going to find, oh, Westbrook, Adams to Westbrook. Oh, almost another cool assist. But Paul George. 3 for Paul George. And Livingston, okay, John Livingston went through the contact, but Westbrook going to try to get another assist. So Paul George with a difficult shot. Suitcase, take whatever shots you want, because I got Paul George. Look at this. Oh, wait, and Paul George going to come up with the ball. George turned over, but see, now when Westbrook tries to get steals, and then Paul George is going to be there to pick up the ashes. And miss. Now look, Westbrook to Paul George. Oh, now they got Gibson in there. Go right back out of Paul George. Man, this Westbrook, Paul George, man. So Kevin Durant left, and then a year later, they're going to replace Kevin Durant with Paul George, which was a good move by the Thunder and a steal for the OKC Thunder. Look at this. Westbrook to George. Oh, Paul George almost made it. And the Thunder have a good team now. They have Paul George, Russell Westbrook, a quality young center, and Steven Adams, Saj Gibson. Thunder got some talent. Look at this, Paul George. Oh, look at that. So now instead of the Thunder just guarding one man, instead of opponents guarding one man, which would be Westbrook, they have to guard two men and Paul George and Westbrook. And if you really think about it, Westbrook and Durant were good teammates, but they weren't great teammates because Westbrook and Durant both thought they were the best player on their respective teams. So they said, They took turns of being the best player on their team. So that's maybe a reason why KD left. But like they both thought they were the leader. So KD leaves. So he could try to be the leader in Golden State. Leaves Westbrook behind. Now Paul George was talking about he wanted to go to the Lakers. But he knew that in Indiana had no chance whatsoever in winning the NBA Finals. So he decided to go to a Thunder who had young, quality talent, and the Lakers weren't going to win the Finals no time soon. That's obvious. So, with that, Paul George knows he's not going to be the best player on the Thunder. He knows that. Paul George already knows this is Russell Westbrook's team. And he came here and said, okay, I could help Westbrook win a title. I'm not going to try to be the best player on the team. I'm just going to be the second best player. He's not going to be like a Durant. When Durant said, all right, I'm the best player on the team, Westbrook was like, no, I'm the best player on the team. They kept taking turns on being the best player on the team. But with Westbrook and George, Paul George knows he's not going to be the best player on the team. They got to think about that too. So, good trade, and I think Paul George is actually a better fit for the Thunder than Kevin Durant. Now, yes, I know all you Golden State Warriors fans are going to say, but T-Rock, Kevin Durant is a better player than Paul George. Yes, but Paul George fits in the Thunder system better than better than Kevin Durant. Now, it's not two star players saying they're the better player. It's two star players, and one player knows he's not the better player, and he's not going to try to be the better player.
We'll see if that changes here in the first. You look at Paul George in this game. He's been everywhere.
And yes, it was a 1-year contract I think was signed. But if you really think about it, if Paul George does decide to leave the Thunder and the season does not go well, they will still have cap space because they lost 2 players in a trade for 1. Because they lost Victor Oladipo, who had a large contract, and they lost some rookie who really didn't have a large contract. So that's 2 players' contracts taken away from 1 contract. So if they lose Paul George, they're going to have a lot of cap space to go sign another player. If they lose Paul George, they could sign a good player like, but they're going to be open. So if Paul George does decide to stay with the OKC Thunder and they still have a little bit of cap space, they could go sign some good players to play with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Hey, a quality shooting guard, a quality backup center. One of those good players out there. There's a lot of good free agents out there. Paul George has 20. Paul George has 20 points right now. Westbrook has 15. See, it's going good. Yes, it's gonna be Paul George's game. It's first game on the Thunder. So yes, when the season starts, expect Paul George to outperform Russell Westbrook because George is gonna try to take all the shots. I don't know why I took that. George is going to try to take all the shots, and Westbrook's going to be okay, because it's like, okay, his first game with the Thunder, we could get used to this. But after a while, about 5 games, they're going to settle, and they're going to be getting even in points. Westbrook's going to have a lot of points. Paul George's going to have a lot of points. It's going to be good. Look at that, look at that. It's going to be good to watch this OKC Thunder team this season. Now the other trades in the NBA. Chris Paul to the Rockets. I think this really helps the Rockets. Now here's the real reason why Chris Paul actually wanted to go to the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul said that James Harden was his buddy and he wanted to go play along with James Harden. And now James Harden and Chris Paul on the same team. A quality point guard and a quality small forward. This is going to be good. And I'm going to be looking forward. Now, Jimmy Butler to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves haven't been in the playoffs for 14 straight seasons. I think Jimmy Butler can change that around and at least get the Timberwolves to the first round, and then again the Timberwolves can pick up some more talent, and they'll be soon a second round and third round playoff team. Now, I don't think they're going to make it to the NBA Finals because they have Cleveland to beat. So yeah, with Cleveland, I don't think they could beat Cleveland. But really, the reason for all these trades, because they know the Golden State Warriors are going to win the next 4 NBA championships if they don't change the rosters. So you cannot blame these teams. Like, they're like, okay, we gotta find some way to beat Golden State. Like, they're like, we know we're not gonna be as good as Golden State, but at least we can compete with Golden State. Now, what other trades took place? Now, I think, oh, I'm passing it. Oh wait. Now, I think, let me see. I think Carmelo Anthony is going to leave the Knicks. And yes, you know, LeBron James has a history for leaving teams when his contract expires. So I think LeBron James is going to go ahead and go to the Los Angeles Lakers. And now, if this happens, if LeBron goes to the Lakers, Paul George might as well stay with the Thunder. Paul George, small forward. LeBron James, small forward. That's going to be 2 small forwards, and 1 small forward is going to have to ride the bench. Just saying. So, if LeBron does decide to go join Lonzo in Los Angeles, Paul George really has no reason for going to the Lakers.
He tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for
So, I'm looking forward to this NBA season. Let me know down in the comments if there are any other teams that, any other important trades that I missed out on. Like trades that really may affect the NBA and not just some random trades like some rookie for some rookie. Or some rookie for 2 draft picks. Like, those kind of trades I really don't care about. Like, I need the big trades. So, yeah. Let me know down in the comments if I missed any. But again, I probably did, so I am going to expect comments.
Warriors trail by 13.
So what an NBA offseason. At one point, Blake Griffin was actually about to sign with the Suns, but he canceled his meeting with the Phoenix Suns and decided to sign a contract with the Clippers. Now, Gordon Hayward, he may leave Utah. Gordon Hayward. So the Miami Heat have been trying to get Gordon Hayward, which is very awesome because I am a Miami Heat fan. So if this actually goes through and the Miami Heat actually do get Gordon Hayward, yes, I'm going to be happy. And so Gordon Hayward either stays with the Jazz or he may go with the Miami Heat. If he goes with the Miami Heat, the Heat can actually be contenders and actually make the playoffs. And if he does go to the Heat and the Heat make the playoffs, I think they can at least get to the second round depending on who they verse. Like if they end up in the 5th seed, yeah, they might actually make the second round. I'm just saying. Might. But if they do get Gordon Hayward, they're guaranteed to make the playoffs. Because you think of it, Gordon Hayward, Hassan Whiteside, a returning Justice Winslow from injury. Actually got a stacked team, Gordon Dragic. They have a stacked team if Gordon Hayward decides to join them. That's all I'm saying. So, let me know down in the comments if you think any other trades are actually going to happen. And I will make a NBA offseason trade video and I'll just let y'all know about what's going on in the NBA. I'll get all the information I can and I'll tell y'all what's going to happen. So I can't wait till this NBA season. It better come quick because like I'm ready. So let me know down in the comments. I have like 5 questions. Do you think Paul George is a good fit for the Oklahoma City Thunder? Do you think Chris Paul is a good fit for the Houston Rockets? Do you think Gordon Hayward will stay with the Jazz or go to the Miami Heat? And is Minnesota is Jimmy Butler a good fit for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Let me know down in the comments, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. All right, oh, Paul George back in the game. Paul George. Oh, dang. So, yes, Paul George is no Kevin Durant, but I think he's a better fit for the Thunder than Kevin Durant, because not 2 players in Westbrook and Durant say they're the better player of the team and going back and forth. Paul George knows he's not going to be the best player on the Thunder. He knows it's Westbrook's team, but he knows he could be a good fit in the Thunder. Now, yes, if Paul George does stay with the Thunder and the Thunder makes some more trades, yes, they will be a real contender to the Golden State Warriors. At this point in time, they just got Paul George. They really don't have that much more talent. They have good talent in Steven Adams, Paul George, Westbrook, Cantor, and them. But if they get some more pickups, yes, they can actually contend. Right now, I don't think they can contend with Golden State. Come on, 4 All-Stars versus 2 All-Stars and like 3 NBA second and third team. Yes, the Warriors would actually outplay the Thunder in real life, but for now, I think the Thunder will compete with Houston. Yeah, Houston. Then they'll be up there with San Antonio, then they'll be competing with Golden State. It is going to be an interesting NBA season, and it has already been an interesting NBA offseason. Like, we've seen the most trades this offseason for people to try to be Golden State, bro. It's out of hand. Westbrook has 22. And Paul George. Let me be Paul George, my gosh. 2K. And Paul George has 23, so see, 22, 23. Not really that far. Look, Paul George fighting Russell Westbrook for 3. In real life, he'll probably make it, or drive. So the Thunder will be a much better team. And I think I've been talking too much about the NBA offseason, these trades, that the Warriors have actually climbed their way back into this game. But they get Paul George. Great defense by Paul George. That's what I'm talking about. Paul George is a defensive help, and down the other end, wide open 3. That's what I'm talking about. Paul George can help the Thunder in that way. Great defense, and then down the other end for a wide open 3. Look, Russell Westbrook getting aggressive. I gotta wait for someone to pass. They were taking too long. They were probably gonna try to come with the jump ball, so I just had to pass it, hoping Paul George would be in front of half court.
Scanners checked in for Steven Adams. Inside. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Klay Thompson. And for a guy who puts
Paul George. Where's Paul George? Paul George. Yeah, Paul George. Oh. Oh, and a critical rebound. Paul George gonna put up another one. Yes. Paul George, 29 points for a Paul George. What an impressive first game in the OKC Thunder uniform. Playing alongside Russell Westbrook. Let's see if Paul George can get an assist to Westbrook. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, turnover. I'm talking about that defense, though. We're talking about that defense, though. What the defense by Paul George stopping Kevin Durant from pulling up for 3 and forcing a 2.
Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, yeah, Russell Westbrook flying high.
Showcasing his skills with that side.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? My goodness. And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Now,
And then Klay Thompson gonna miss the three. Look at it. Todd Gibson with the rebound. On the hand of the Westbrook back to Gibson.
when you shoot this well from three-point range, you really are just
Look at that. Look at that. Durant sleeping on D. Paul George almost made him pay. But Steph Curry not going to make his pull up. Going out. Oh. Where's the defense though? Paul George. OKC is going wild in a hostile environment. Paul George was celebrating too much. And Durant couldn't make him pay.
and they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they gotta be happy.
No, they cannot. Shot clock. Shot clock purposes. Well, maybe. Take a shot clock violation. So Paul George looking to take the last shot.
Lets it go from deep. He can't hit that time.
Game. What a performance for Paul George as they walk out with the W. 61 to 48.
Particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
We'll continue to play together. We can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always.
Paul George's first interview with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
What?
Combination of the first
Russ won over Paul George.
set the tone for how the rest of the evening would go. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
Well, I tell you, Russell Westbrook is a take charge, aggressive player, and he didn't hold anything back. Baby bull, that's what I'm calling him. Whether scoring, passing, rebounding, it doesn't matter. He's the man for the job, and he did the job effectively tonight. Great performance.
He had a solid night from the field. He showed great focus, hit on over 50% of his attempts, and made many of those shots with guys.
Okay, Paul George.
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.
What an impressive first game for Paul George as an OKC Thunder. Paul George. It's been T-Rock the Gamer. Peace.